Well, it is Wednesday. Time for some additional thoughts on the 1999 by Joey Bad. Am I allowed to swear in the first 10 seconds of the YouTube videos? I don't remember how that turned out. We'll just do it. We're going to go bold, big and bold. Joey Badass. Oof. Wow. And all the advertisers ran for the hills at the mention of a naughty word. Oh, man. Got a couple notes. First one, man. Didn't even know. Rip Steez. Suicide at age 19, man. That one, you know, it's tough because I don't want to like oversell it one way, right? And be like, oh, I'm so bummed out about this artist who, you know, did this way long ago and I've only known him for 2 hours type of thing. Like, you know, like it just feels fake. But at the same time, it's like, God, man, it just sucks to hear stuff like that. It really does. That verse that he cracks off on Survival Tactics. Killer verse. Excellent verse. Same thing with Chuck Strangers, too, on From the Tombs, which reminds me, From the Tombs. I think From the Tombs is my favorite track off the album. It's tough between that one and Hard Knock, because I love the chorus on Hard Knock, you know? I'm trying to have a wife. One day I'm trying to have a wife and kids. So I can't live life like this. I ain't trying to learn what lifeless is. So I can't live a life like this. And I have a note there too, just an incredible self-awareness from this kid who's 16, 17, growing up in New York. And I was, you know, chuckling a little bit to myself. And later on in Discord, people were kind of chuckling a little bit because I had been warned. Joey was so young when he made this album, and I had an expectation of what was going to come across. I was expecting something immature, and it was not that at all. Instead, it was just rap excellence, basically. And I feel badly that I took over 2 years to get this album because I can see why so many people pushed it. It's a fantastic mixtape. Fantastic. And I think that's why I like From the Tomb so much, too, is the sound is so great, and learning that essentially that New York sound had kind of faded away and gone, you know, to the wayside at that point in time, to hear it come back on this mixtape. Like, I wish I could have heard this in real time, you know? And I'm only, 2 years in, and I would love to see this channel go on for 20 years. Honestly, I would. Because it would be cool to experience in real time these shifts that happen. And I feel like that's a long path to be on, right? Like, you have to be kind of immersed in the current sound for a while to get a feel for where it is. And then when something comes out of nowhere, that's got to be so much fun. So much fun. And so with this one specifically, the New York sound and how clean it is, how comfortable it is, which is something I said on the reaction. My wife really enjoyed it. I played it for her, I think, on Saturday night when we were just kind of kicking back. She was like, "Who is this? Is this what you just listened to?" Yeah. What do you think? This is really good. She was just chilling on the PlayStation, listening to Joey Badass, like we all do, right? Like we all do. It was fun hearing Poo Putt Platter on World Domination. It's cool. That was kind of a fun experience for me because from what I understand with mixtapes, you know, they're not necessarily all produced. It's rapping over other beats, and that's kind of how they get going. But this was the first time I knew the beat, you know, and so hearing somebody rap on top of it was cool. Very cool. I do skip Funky Hose usually, mostly because of the chorus. After a while, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. And I actually put a note. I also skip the chorus. I also skip when it gets to the chorus repeating because I ain't that worried about hoes catching me slipping. And I thought that was a fun note. And I do have one other note saying I feel like it loses a little bit of steam on the back half. You know, on the reaction itself, I said Third Eye shit. It's almost 12 minutes. I like what they're doing. I like that it's everybody from Pro Era, essentially. I like that they're all dropping and doing their verse. However, at the same time, about halfway into it, I'm like, okay, I'm done. And so I usually don't really listen to that one either. So for me, just a couple skips on the album, but overall, fantastic. I mean, fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Ways, From the Tomb, Survival Tactics, Hard Knock, World Domination, Penny Royale's pretty fucking cool. Daily Routine Snakes, Don't Front. I mean, it's a great little album. And two, you know, if you discount, if you kind of chop off Third Eye, the last one, that one being 12 minutes, you basically get this 14-track, 50-minute run. And it's just a great run. Great run. So, yeah, I mean, in a way, it almost makes my additional thoughts boring, in my opinion, because how many different ways can you say the album was great and I enjoyed it? A lot. You know? Not that many ways. Not that many ways. Oh, I have one other note. On Don't Front, I love the guitar strum on Don't Front. And that one's kind of neat, too, because I don't know if it's... Maybe I just haven't listened to enough of that kind of production, but anytime I start hearing some of these light guitar strums, I start thinking of Mac Miller. And it just... I love those two albums that I've listened to him, from him. And so there's every now and then I'll hear a song and it gets some of these production elements that remind me of some of the Mac Miller songs I love so much. And it's almost like this weird, I was going to say overlap. I don't really know how to describe it off the top of my head, but it's like Mac Miller kind of spills into that song and it makes me enjoy that song even more, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I guess that's it. Kind of a shorter video, only 6 minutes, but you know, there you go. Great mixtape. I forgot there's another album. The Steez one. Was it American Corruption? I think some people mentioned I should check that one out. I would like to. I don't know when I'll get to it. I mean, the truth is I want to listen to everything. I'm open to listening to everything, but I don't know when I'll get to all these things. Friday Drake returns to the scene with a brand new album that no one has heard, that no one can tell me anything about. No one can influence my opinion one way or the other. Friday morning, I'm not even going to get on the internet. I'm not going to check anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to set up, do my thing, and we're going to do For All the Dogs? Yeah, I think it's For All the Dogs is what it's called. I've seen the cover. I'll talk about that on Friday. I've seen the cover. I already know about the cover. But that's it. I'm honestly looking forward to it. When I found out about the announcement, like what, a month ago or so, I was like, oh, God. Here we go. I personally am excited just because everyone's already got their opinions on if it's going to be good or bad or whatever. And I want to reinforce, although probably nobody will watch this part, but don't fear the bad new releases. That's part of an experience through music as well. You know, I think we've all been there where got this artist or whoever, you love them, great music, and then they drop a stinker. That's part of the experience, you know? And anyway, there you go. So I'm not saying that to say it's going to be bad, but I'm saying there have been other new albums that are coming out, and I've seen people say, well, hold on, let's see if it's good or not. I don't agree with that opinion. I don't agree with that position. Let's not wait to see if a new album is good or not and then tell Bob no, let's just fucking go. Let's go for it. Jump in. Good or bad, it's an experience, and I'm all for the experience either way. Okay, y'all. Take care. We'll see you on Friday. Drake. Oh, man. Oh, man.